Push it. Push it real good.
Push it.
Push it real good. Push it. Push it real good.
Are you experiencing the space herpes?
No, I'm completely clean, Tefty. If you,
What?
fine.
Surprising.
I seriously doubt that. Take a
I
look.
like the vote of
never.
I like the
like,
vote of
listen,
confidence. I like the vote of confidence there.
I hardly ever see you using a bubble, man. Ever. You're never popping a bubble.
Dude, I just shoot first, ask questions later, man.
Exactly.
That's how you get in
definitely
trouble.
That's where, yes, that's dangerous, Patrick.
There's so much
Super
material
dangerous.
here. I just can't deal with it.
Well, yeah, without you gone, Pope, we've all matured much. I don't know if you can call us being matured.
We are adults.
I think we realized that Pope is actually a 13-year-old teabagging everybody.
Hello, and welcome to the 88th Planet Destiny podcast. If you're wondering why I got that correct, I don't know. But in other news, Pope Bear is back. Welcome.
Woo-hoo.
Pope has
I'm
returned.
clapping.
He has
I'm
returned.
so glad to have you back, Pope. We missed you.
I've been excited
Yeah, man.
all week. I've been like, is it Thursday yet? Is it Thursday yet? All this stuff is happening in Destiny, and to be honest with you, like, all of it pales in comparison for the excitement of being back on tonight.
And just so we are clear, it's like you're back.
I'm
It's
back.
not like
Not a guest.
not a guess. Pope's back.
Like,
No, I don't
Pope
like
is
to.
back.
I don't like to tease people. I like to just,
That's
just-
not true. That was a bold-faced lie.
Yeah.
It's
Old
true.
face lie.
I was about to say it. I don't lie, but then that's.
You can't get through life without,
Just right
can't get through life without a little bit of teasing. Anyway,
Nailed it.
Pope's back, everyone. And there's actually a ton of stuff to talk about.
so
There's-
much stuff.
There's
Too much
so much
stuff.
stuff to talk
Yeah.
about. First and foremost, I think what we really, really need to discuss is we need to make every Guardian aware of this. We need to start a campaign. There's a space infection going on. Everyone, get your hats ready.
Can't see my hat. Okay,
We need 'em.
Hold on.
Crap.
Oh, perfect.
Oh no, I don't think I got enough tinfoil.
Good enough. There you go. There you go.
You're making your hat as you go. Okay.
Oh,
There we go.
I
Briar,
didn't
dude, I
have
love
time,
it.
guys.
I love it.
Awesome. Okay,
That worked. Nice.
we got the hats on.
We got our protection.
Hopefully,
How did I end up with such a hipster hat?
it's all that gluten.
Seriously, I'm just
it's all that
like,
gluten
hey
in your diet,
guys.
Tefty.
Don't worry, don't mind me drinking my Americano.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna tip
Well-
mine a little. I'm gonna be a fancy hat. Tip mine a little to the right.
Tip to the side. Yeah, nice.
Now I look like I'm going to a wedding.
Tip of the hat,
or
wag of the tail.
Yeah.
horse racing.
Yeah, you're,
Okay.
you're opening night of the Kentucky
Space
Derby.
horse racing. Yeah.
Briar's just ready to go
Oh,
into
okay.
war. Yeah. You
That's
got
not gonna work.
from a man that has experience with these sorts of things. You got to kind of grip it around your headphones a little bit. Like, you got to pinch it around your headphones, and it just
good
works.
tip.
Yeah. Just it works so much better.
Oh,
than
now
that.
we're talking. That's way better.
Yeah. See, there you go. You got like actual
level.
head movement there.
Perfect.
All
Damn,
right.
Briar, yours looks artisan, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Briar's
He looks-
got
he
the
looks
Viking
Nordic.
thing going on.
I take these things seriously.
Seriously, you look like you're in like stage 2 of doing some cosplay or something.
Yeah.
All right, so the reason we have the tinfoil hats on is because right now there's some sort of augmented reality, alternate reality, I can't remember what ARG stands for, game going on. There's something going on at owlsector.bungie.net.
Yes.
And if you are in the game right now, the reason we were having all that fun innuendo earlier is there is some sort of infection spreading amongst the Guardians.
Yep.
There are 5 different buffs that people can acquire. They're called like brilliant. We got brilliance, glory, splendor, magnificence, and fortitude.
Yep.
All very joyous sounding names, and they all do things like give you increased rep gains and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I was a little confused by that because most infections, although some of them, in real life, although some of them kind of give you some reputation gains, they don't have like really cool names for them, like herpes and things like that. You're just kind of, It may increase your reputation a little bit, but it just
I don't
it
know.
always
I'm not getting this
Isn't your
analogy.
reputation increased if you got the herpes?
I'm not,
I feel
I'm
like
not
I
getting
got
this
herpes.
analogy
People are
that
like,
well.
you the man.
yeah, because
Yo,
like
that-
you
Does
know
that
how
happen?
did you
Yo,
how
you
did
got-
you
you
how
got-
did you
you got
get
a rep.
herpes? How did you get it?
Oh,
And it's probably an interesting story.
Yeah, so then you get the rep boost.
If
So
you can
I'm-
remember it.
if you can remember it. All right. Yeah. So anyway, I bought.
Oh my god.
Welcome back.
Uh,
All right, go ahead. Yes,
back,
I'm
Pope.
excited about being infected in Destiny. This is going to be great.
It is
It's
pretty
fun.
cool. It's created a ton of excitement in the community. I mean, I was live streaming today when this thing hit, and it was like people like started talking about it in chat. The first person I knew of who got it was Say No to Rage, and it was spreading from him. Basically, people he was playing with were also catching it, and then it turned out there was more than one different infection.
Strain.
it's a
Right,
problem.
strain. And then it's like, all right, everybody's jumping into the Crucible, and we want to catch these, infections because it's a
Yeah.
buff. It's pretty fun. And then you go on the website, and over time, it's been unlocking more and more information out.
And what I found super interesting is that when it was being unlocked and we were reading on the website, they're like, Guardians are super happy about this, was essentially what they were saying. They were like, are happy yells a bad thing? So it's really interesting that this is like a positive infection, which kind of leads me down the route of maybe it's augmenting our Guardians in a positive way because it's giving us the bonus XP and bonus rep gain. So
And
maybe
what-
we're going to become
you know-
super Guardians.
You know how a virus spreads, right? It usually makes the user like want to go out and spread it in some sort of fashion. So it's like, oh, I'm gaining XP. You know what you have to do to get
Oh,
XP?
that's
Go do
true.
public activities and interact with other people. So then it spreads itself.
Okay. So
It's
maybe
self-aware.
it's like hey guys, you're getting something good, but actually after a while it's going to kill us all or something bad.
Maybe.
It's gonna wipe out the Guardians.
Oh, that's smart.
For
So-
Destiny 2, when we all rise again.
Yeah, right. Details on this thing are pretty hairy right now, right? It's like we
Yeah.
know that you catch it by playing with other Guardians, but we're not really sure exactly how. I know that I caught it by killing another Guardian. Other people say that they've caught it when they picked up orbs that another Guardian laid down. Other people have picked it up during strikes when they've been revived by a Guardian. Not real sure how exactly.
Have we seen this in other games? Because I remember
Yes.
in Black Ops, in Call of Duty, there was a game card, a player card, that if you got that player card,
Yes.
the only way you could get it is by killing someone who was using it, and then you
Yeah.
got that player card. Do you remember that, Watts?
I remember that. Yeah, I remember
So
that.
there's been other examples of it, but I can't think of another
I
game
see what
where...
I see what you're doing here, Pope, and
I
I'm just
can't
gonna go
think
ahead
of-
and take it and run with it right now.
Okay, I
So
wasn't
the
actually
other
doing
the
anything.
other
Go for
the other time that this has happened was actually twice in World of Warcraft. First time. Yeah, this is twice in World of Warcraft. Okay, so I got two stories to tell real quick. I'll tell them as quickly as possible, but seriously, this is really cool shit. The first one is called the Cursed Blood Incident. There was a boss in one of the raids that gave you a debuff that would cause you to explode for a ton of damage, and it was like an infection in your blood. It was called Cursed Blood, and if it's like stayed on you, you would explode. And it had a fairly short duration, but if you like hearthed and went home to one of the cities, it would stay on you. And then it would spread to other people. And you could, like, if you had a pet, you could, like, send your pet away and then bring it back when you were in the city, and it would sell the infection, and it would start killing and spread. It spread throughout the entire World of Warcraft. It basically, every single major city was a ghost town. People were having to go out into other areas that normally never saw traffic, because if you went to an area where there were people, you would get infected, and you would die, and it sucked. The other time this happened was an actual event where they were like, hey, that was a really cool thing. That was an accident. Let's engineer it now. And so there was an infection that would spread by you getting it from you would kill zombies and then you would get infected by them, and then you could get the infection cleansed. But if you happen to stay close to someone, they could get infected as well. And eventually the plague became so powerful that you couldn't get it off you. And people, after the the buff went away, you died and you turned into a zombie, and you could only speak in zombie and you could only talk to other zombies. And so there were factions of zombies purposely going around infecting everyone, and then like raiding cities and just zerging people as zombies. It was one of the coolest events ever, but they never did it again because a bunch of people got really pissed off that they couldn't actually play because of a massive zombie horde of players. It was
That's
great.
awesome.
Yeah,
That
it was
sounds
really cool.
great because it's like the community is trying to figure out how is this happening? What do we do? What's happening next?
Yeah,
And
it was
super
pretty
cool.
obvious like how it was happening. There was a cult in there that was spreading it, and you got it. But it was one of my top 5 moments of World of Warcraft easily. It's fantastic. Patrick with a nerd lecture. Yeah, I know. I know it's a nerd lecture, but it's a very important history lesson. So much so that the CDC and other disease-controlling groups have studied both occurrences in World of Warcraft to study how diseases actually spread amongst people.
Take
So
that.
they were
everybody.
making a correlation between gamers and infectious diseases, viruses, and stuff.
Yeah.
They're saying that viruses behave the same way as gaming trolls. I believe that.
Well, they
I
know
believe that.
Yeah.
Same
The only
mentality.
way most gamers are actually going to get infected because we never actually leave our basements. No,
That's
we
right.
Our digital characters have to get infected.
We are the healthiest individuals
Mm-hmm.
on the planet.
Did you
We
see
say
those-
that.
did
You
you
say
see
that after
photos?
I almost died last week from lack of cardio.
As long as we don't do cardio, we're fine. As long as we just sit here,
It's
we're
great,
good.
great.
It's fine.
It's great.
We're good.
wait.
One thing I did want to touch on is how it actually gets spread, these infections, because me and some people on Twitter who had the infection, we tried doing it in private matches. So we started out with Brilliance, and we went into a private match, and we were going to test out picking up orbs, because people were saying that's a thing, just killing people was a thing, and also killing someone who is in their super. So with Brilliance, the way that I got it was just a kill with a shotgun. I just killed the guy with a shotgun, and then I immediately got infected. And that was Brilliance. And then with Glory, we went into another private match, and I had a Stormcaller that was in their super, and I killed them in their super, and that's how I got Glory. So that's my experience with the diseases, is both kills were super close range though, so maybe it has something to do with being close to them, which would make sense. But that's my two experiences with getting Glory and Brilliance. I have not got the others. Tried to transmit more than one onto one person after that, and we were not successful.
Well, that's kind of funny because I just loaded into the tower and I got all 5 of them, and it was really weird. It was just like
This fucking guy.
just happened.
You can't
Sounds
even
about
like
right.
delay the Pope RNG for 1 week.
I'm just kidding. I didn't. I haven't had a
Or
chance to
did you?
play
That's
it.
interesting.
I was
I
at
didn't
work.
realize, Watts, that you had to do different things to get each of the infections.
I mean, no one knows right
Yeah.
now. It's weird because we picked up orbs, and I did that for a while, and none of us were getting infected because we had one person that had Glory. No one else had Glory.
Yeah.
So yeah, we picked up orbs and it didn't happen, but then it happened from killing people.
Yeah, we were messing around in private matches. Eventually, we just kind of said, well, maybe it just doesn't work in a private match. Maybe you got to be out in the wild.
Literally, as we were talking about this, the little rotating graph thing just did something different for me. I don't know if it's the like actual code for the rotating graph bug or something, but it's like it's all warped now.
Yeah, it's a
I
little
don't know.
twisted.
It updated for you?
It's twisted
It's a
for
little
me.
twisted.
as
It used
well.
to be all
That's
perfectly
interesting.
straight.
Yeah, it's twisted for me as well.
Maybe Steve is starting to get into the computer that's giving us all this information.
Oh no!
Or it's a great thing because we're gonna, get new abilities, and that's
Oh,
awesome.
that'd be sick.
Oh man,
Right.
I'm really really pumped about some of these new. I know we're talking out of turn here, but man, some of these new perks and things that are coming into Rise of Iron, I am like beside myself at the level of detail that is going to be changing in the game, and oh man, I'm excited. My friends list and I know other people are too, because my friends list is just filling up again. It felt
Yeah.
like over the summer I could see all my friends on maybe 1 or 2 pages of my friends list. Now I'm like back to like the 10-page deep thing, where
Yeah,
you used to-
same.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I'm looking to
Yeah,
invite
people are
someone. I'm
excited.
like, finding you is impossible. Just join me. I can't do it. It's
What
literally
color is your emblem?
Yeah.
Why do you guys think I keep the same emblem?
Oh my goodness,
why.
yeah.
You have
nostalgia?
you're very good with consistency.
Nostalgia.
Sentimentality, maybe?
Sentimentality.
I don't know. I mean, I really like the Union of Light emblem I got. It's pretty awesome. I think that there.
Jelly.
No. I think that there's some really cool my favorite ones right now are all the Bungie Foundation ones for donating. I have one of my characters has the Nepal one, and then just I really like the work that they were doing with that. So those are the ones I like to keep on.
My favorite of all of them, I probably mentioned this before, is the blue one with the heart on it.
Oh,
It's
it's so
my
good,
absolute
and I don't
favorite.
have that one.
I don't have it either. If it ever
So
becomes
good.
available again, I'm gonna snap it up.
Oh, you
'Cause I really
you
enjoy
want a
that.
code for that, Brian?
Absolutely.
I'll get you one.
Oh, all right.
You give me one too.
No, just Brian.
Oh,
Yeah, but
Because I put
thanks,
the
Bo.
extra work into my hat, Tefty. That's how that works.
that's true.
That's how it works.
just FYI,
You did it, man.
Just FYI for the podcast, we're trying to keep the spoiler talk to a minimum. We know there's a lot of people out
Yes.
there that have purposely been kind of avoiding stuff. We want you to, we're gonna try not to spoil anything at all.
Gotcha.
Including
But this
me,
stuff with
I'm
the Owl
avoiding
Sector,
all
I
of
mean,
your
this is the
videos.
most exciting kind
I'm
of thing,
avoiding
right?
it as well.
We're discovering it as a group. We're like, we're figuring this thing out live, and that's really exciting, I hope there's a lot more of this to come with Rise of Iron. We saw a lot of it with the Taken King. Like, after you completed the story, you started doing missions, and all of a sudden, little, secrets started to unlock, like the Black Spindle quest, just out of nowhere. And I'm hoping there's a lot more of that, because that was really successful with Taken King. I hope that they learned from that and did a lot more of it in Rise of Iron.
It was super cool. You had no time to explain. You had Sleep to Simulate. There was so much where it was like, something's happened, guys. And then Reddit explodes and Twitter explodes. And so many people just talking about what's happening. That is amazing. It gets the community together. It gets everyone talking. And it's just super fun, feeling like you're discovering something.
Yeah. As
absolutely.
a group, too. It's like,
Right.
it's fun to collaborate with the Destiny community, because it's such a good community. We really lucked out.
It's
an amazing
and you
community,
have to go
seriously.
dark. Some of the content creators like Planet Destiny and Datto and More Console, they're all publishing the content. And Deej gave us a heads up. He said, "Hey, if you don't want to get any spoilers, go dark now." And he gave us a good heads up. So don't blame those guys like Planet Destiny and Datto and More Console and Bife and Tefty, Briar, you guys, don't blame us for posting stuff. That this is the time where we're supposed to. If you don't want to watch that, or you don't want the spoilers, do what Deej said. Go dark. Just don't watch it right now.
Yeah, I've
watch
really
it
started
later.
to employ, in my own videos, I've really started to employ a policy of the first half of the video is going to be spoiler free. If I start talking about spoilers, I'm going to announce it, give you time to hit that pause button and move along, because sometimes I start with one topic and I move on to another topic, and I just want to give people that. I don't want to spoil anything. I don't want anything spoiled for me. I haven't watched any of the first mission. I haven't watched the Sepix Prime Strike. I still haven't watched the brand new strike that people posted a couple of weeks ago.
So it isn't a spoiler, but it's something to look forward to. The music in the new Sepix Prime Strike
Good.
is awesome.
The
Oh
music
my
from
God,
the
it's
old
fantastic.
Sepix Prime Strike is still one of my favorite
It's
tunes that
still
ever
really
came
awesome.
out for Destiny.
If you
Yeah.
like that, you're gonna love this one.
Cool.
You're gonna-
I'm glad.
No spoilers, but it's amazing.
Do you guys want to talk about these new perks?
Yeah, we can briefly go
Yeah, let's
over
do
it.
it.
Yeah,
I
let's do
don't
it.
feel like this is too spoilery at all.
No.
No.
There's some. What I find most interesting is that there seem to be new perks, and this was leaked. I guess it was data mined, right? Out of the game, but there are new perks that seem to build on top of older perks.
Right.
So, for instance, there's a new perk called 2 for 1, which doubles the effectiveness of the Army of 1 perk.
Yeah.
So imagine the roll you have to get on a weapon to get. You have to get Army of 1, and then you also have to get 2 for 1 on that to really get that copaesthetic alignment. And there's quite a few of those. There's triple double. When triple tap perk is triggered, an extra bullet is transferred from your reserve to the magazine. So it builds on top of triple tap, to essentially make a more powerful. Like if you got a hung jury that had triple tap or triple down, triple-double, you could potentially have better weapons than we had from the Taken King, which is exciting because I was really worried about that. I also wanted to talk about this, and this, I don't think this is spoiler because it's all conjecture. It's all, I have no idea what this actually means, but I find it very interesting. If you guys remember the fire-looking Iron Lord, Thunder Lord that we saw in the Taken King trailer? The Fire Lord. There's a few perks in here that have me really wondering if that's coming. One of them is Chasm Rounds. I'm going to read the descriptions of the 3 perks. Chasm Rounds. This weapon fires faster and more accurately the longer the trigger is held. That sounds like the Thunder Lord, right? The next one is Negative Rounds. This weapon fires faster and more accurately the longer the trigger is held. That sounds familiar, right?
Yeah.
And the next one is Incendiary Rounds. This weapon fires faster and more accurately the longer the trigger is held. I'm wondering if there's going to be 3 different ways to set up your Thunderlord.
That would be awesome. There's also some perks in here that kind of lean towards those exotics that never came, that we saw, but they never quite came. Like one of them is New Tricks, which improves Skip Grenade, and you gain an additional Skip Grenade.
Yep.
That was an exotic that we saw that never came. And the fact that that's in here...
Totally excited about Skip Grenades getting better.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
And
Just
more
play Night
of
Stalker,
them.
you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Play Night Stalker. So
There was another one that decreased the cooldown for Blink. A lot of people are thinking those are the Warlock boots.
wasn't it like recovery to do with Blink? Like when you blink, it makes your recovery better? Did I
It was
read
something.
that somewhere?
I'm having trouble finding it, so I can't.
Yeah,
read
me too. But I remember reading that on Twitter for sure. And if that's the case, then maybe they changed it to, instead of reducing the cooldown of Blink, you just get more recovery when you blink.
Yeah, because that's one of the nerfs they gave to Blink was the recovery. There's some really interesting stuff. Focused Firefly. When Focus Fire is active, precision kills cause the target to explode. Hello. That sounds good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't want to read off this entire list because it's a ton of stuff, right?
It is.
It's pretty
But
awesome.
what the takeaway is that you should take a look at it if you're interested. And there's new perks in here that are really attractive that may make the new weapons coming better than the Taken King, even though the weapons are the same power level.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
There's
I think
also
that's
some new
very
scopes,
exciting.
which I thought was interesting, like the Iron Range scope, the Iron Red Dot, which seems specific to the Iron Lord or Iron Banner weapons.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. We're getting some new scopes. It's always fun.
Yeah. There's also some specific ones for fallen enemies.
Yep. Which will come in handy, I assume.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, weapon balancing, guys.
Yes.
Last week we talked a little bit about weapon balancing. We went through the list. You guys want to talk about kind of your overall impressions, like what they got right, what they got wrong?
Yeah.
Nothing really changed. The
Uh,
meta is no different. People were coming
Yeah.
to me like, guys, what's the meta now? I'm like, the same as it was like
I've
last
noticed.
week.
I've noticed two definite things.
Okay.
Number one, not seeing as many snipers. I haven't played as many games as I should have to say that, but I feel like I'm seeing less snipers. My sniping, you have to get the first shot off, like with a sniper. You can't like pull into a lane that someone is watching with a primary and then you get body shot, or if you get hit at all. I have not been able to land shots on people that are hit.
Yeah.
For
The
sure.
flinch
That's my
is
experience
real,
too, yeah.
which is A+. That's awesome.
Right,
That's what
working
needs
as
to
intended
happen.
as far as I'm
Working
concerned.
The only thing that
it's a good change.
the only thing that I don't like is that in PvE there's also a very noticeable amount of flinch on
Yeah,
sniper
that's
scopes.
not good.
This almost feels like a Gallarhorn type situation where they had to nerf Gallarhorn because of the most prevalent thing, but that was only because there weren't any mechanics in fights. It's all about killing bullet sponges. Well, now in a lot of PvE fights, you just want to stand far back. You want to stand far back from the fight, so then sniper rifles are just the best option there. So when you're taking damage, well, that kind of sucks now. It is causing me to like question, okay, maybe I need to use different secondary in PvE now, because a lot of times when you're going into a damage phase, you're going to be taking damage yourself, and you can't reliably hit those crits consistently. Flinch is a very real thing. The other thing that I've noticed, last word is crispy. Last word is, like, dare I say it, OP now. Use last word and just go for max range. So I think it's soft ballistics and use high caliber rounds, because in the most recent update, high caliber rounds increases range now.
Right. That's true.
And last word, last word has a really large like starting cone, but then the final accuracy is also pretty close to that. It's not like hand cannons where it's really small accuracy cone at the start and then really large as bloom goes on. Last word starts out big and gets slightly bigger. So last word with high caliber round, soft ballistics, going for max range, really fucking good.
The perks for switching, well, the hunter is going to be
draw.
Naturally, tuned for this. But I'm finding that sniping is more of just like quick scoping to the body and, not really trying to line up those headshots. If you get it, you get it. But, drag scoping isn't really what I'm going for now. It's more of like a quick scope, immediately flipping to my primary and using that to finish him off. So I've kind of changed my strategy for sniping, where I used to maybe watch a lane and then drag scope it across. So I don't know, you guys doing the same thing?
I started using the Trowels sniper more.
Yeah, like higher rate of fire snipers, right?
Yeah, because it has so much ammo in it. Plus, it also has an ammo perk on it.
Right.
So it's like, if I can't headshot out of supers, I might as well run with this one. So where I can get like a headshot and a follow-up body shot a lot faster and take down the person with the super, have more ammo. It has a bunch of aim assist too. So yeah, I found that the Trial Sniper is my go-to currently.
Yeah, that's got a lot of aim assist on it too.
It does.
Yeah.
And with the like longbow and stuff that got nerfed with aim assist, it's like, hey, why not use this sniper that has more ammo and a really ton of aim assist?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It can
that's
body
what I'm
shot keep people faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just become the body shot master. Body shot, body shot.
Body
Cool
shots.
We always called Praetor's Revenge like the actual scout rifle.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
similar type of thing. It's just a more powerful scout rifle if you're
Yeah.
doing body shots. I think the sniper change is good. I personally
Yeah.
haven't experienced much with it because like I've been busy these past 3 days. But I think it's good. Building a new computer and ironing out the kinks. I think it's good though with the changes with flinch. I still think shotguns are a problem because of the movement speed, like you said, Pat. They honestly need to be looked at to balance with things, because in sixes, like it's actually really difficult to just be a god with sniping in sixes unless you just hit every headshot.
In sixes, it's hard to actually use a primary. I'm like, guys, I'm just trying to hit you in my primary, and everyone's just running. The whole team is just collapsing on me with their shotguns and Juggernaut and their sticky grenades. I'm like, well then, okay. And now everyone is getting a God Roll Party Crasher because the Crucible drops are better. So people are just running at me with their Party
I
Crashers.
still haven't gotten an Eyes Luna yet.
I've gotten 2 party crashers in the entire year of the Taken King. 2. And they're both garbage rolls. Garbage.
Mine are also. I got one that has it never runs out of ammo. You shoot something, you get ammo. You reload, you get ammo. Like, it's just a pure ammo Party Crasher.
Yeah.
Which is obnoxious.
Yeah, I got one that's like Matador, like conspiracy theory range on it, and it's just disgusting. And you sit there and you run around with it, and it's hard not to keep it out most of the time.
Sure.
Well, I just see people running around with just their shotgun, and I'm just like...
I think this is actually a really good time to transition into another topic. We recently saw the MLG.
Ooh, that was so hype.
Yeah,
that was so good.
That
awesome.
was shotguns.
That was shotguns for sure.
And the reason we want
And
to segue
Cooch
is
switched to a shotgun. So
Hovey
that's when
didn't,
you
though.
know.
Hovey didn't, though. So
Hovey didn't, and Crafty were like, no.
no.
Yeah.
I refuse.
True Vanguard
Yeah,
brought in
Fusion
Fusion Rifle.
Props to True Vanguard when everyone
Yes.
was running like Stormcaller, like everyone was
Shotgun.
playing the meta. True Vanguard over here playing Defender Titan with a Plan C.
Yeah.
I respect him.
Quality.
I do.
More
I do too.
than I ever did.
There were a total of 19 fusion rifle kills during the course of that MLG event. All 19
yeah.
of them were from True Vanguard.
Hell yeah.
That was very entertaining to watch. I thought they put on a really good show. I was really impressed with MTash. He did the casting for it. I thought he was intelligent. He knew what he was talking about. He sounded confident. He did a great job casting it. I thought all the competitors did a great job. It was really entertaining to watch. Unfortunately, one team won the first 3 games, so it kind of like ended it.
Alpha team was stacked. Alpha team was a little stacked.
Yeah, well, it did seem going into the event that Alpha team all had shotgunners and the Bravo team all had snipers, and we know enough about supremacy to say it seems like a shotgun rushing game type.
It greatly benefits you to do that.
Yeah. So I mean, but it was really entertaining. I thought they put on a great show. It was fun to see that level of professionalism brought to a Destiny PvP event, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do in the future.
What I really liked about MTash's shoutcasting of it was that there was 56,000 people watching, right? And first of all, let's stop there. There was 56,000 people watching that event at the same time. I saw a high
of 65 at one point.
Oh, 65. Okay, I'm sorry. So say 65,000 people watching at the same time Call of Duty event was going on and an MLG Halo event was going on, and we had more people watching Destiny than those 2 events combined. That's awesome. And second of all, I liked the way that MTash took that opportunity. He's like, not everybody who's watching this event is going to be a experienced Destiny player. Sure. And he was saying stuff that kind of was cringeworthy a little bit because
Electric Smash.
Yeah.
I mean, he was saying stuff that was a little cringeworthy because we play the game a lot. But think about all those people that were being introduced to it for the first time because it was on the top of the Twitch page that really got to understand the game. And I'm with you guys. I got to give him props. I think he killed it.
I think he did a great job.
He did really good.
Yep.
I wish that we would have been given that surprise. Lars and Derek could have given us that PvP private or the private match surprise.
Which hadn't been leaked out.
Yeah.
That would have been super hype.
Yeah, that would have been so awesome. Great. I would have lost it at work. I would have just absolutely.
I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm sick.
I'm getting sick.
I'm really sick right now, guys. I'm
really
sorry. See, the great thing is, Pope. You can run out looking really happy, but at the same time, like there are some excuses where you can like, yeah, sorry, I had the runs really bad. The exact same thing. Like it looks like the exact same thing.
I'm having a baby. I gotta get out of here.
This is great, guys. I gotta go. I'll see you later. It's like, wow, he's really happy. No, this is bad news. This is horrible news. Don't call me. Cease contact for the next 5 days. Just don't. No, we're done. Later, guys.
So what I'm really looking forward for MLG is I'm hoping that they're going to start organizing, the tournaments that we're used to seeing in CS:GO or Call of Duty. I can't wait to see that. I wonder how they're going to organize these things. Like, is it going to be 3-man teams, 4-man teams? Like, how are they going to do it? What are the rule sets going to be? How are they going to decide those rule sets? Like, it's going to be a really interesting time to watch that develop.
Absolutely.
In terms of sweaty matches, it looks like they're doing 4v4 zone control.
Mm-hmm.
So that was super interesting because zone control is like my favorite thing. I love zone control so much. 4v4, I think we kind of saw coming because 4v4 fits the maps really well because they're kind of small. So it's going to be interesting what restrictions they put on. Like, I honestly feel like they're going to have to stop the year 1 weapons coming eventually. Just because if some kid picks up Destiny and he wants to be a competitive player and he doesn't have a God roll year 1 Matador, there's he's going to be at a disadvantage. So I think they're going to have to put some restrictions. Yes,
but they also they also need to move into some sort of restriction as to what weapons can be used. Also,
they do
because like it needs to be like what's at the vendors that you can personally buy right now. Maybe limit to that, and also exotics potentially. Because those things need to be looked at for real competitive play also. I do think 4v4 is right. I think it's the right mode because It's a little different in terms of class balancing, but 4v4 has always been an excellent competitive matchup.
Well,
Yeah,
one of
and
the
I think
things
it'd be really wise for Bungie, whatever the MLG standard becomes, I think it'd be really wise for Bungie to set up that game mode inside Destiny for, the regular players, us
That would be
like normal
cool.
people, so that we can, we can go watch an MLG event and then we jump onto, Destiny with our friends and we go compete, That'd be a lot of fun.
They actually did mention that with private matches, right? They were like, if they see something that the community's playing a lot, they'll think about implementing as a regular Crucible mode.
And I think
So-
that's something that Call of Duty does for their competitive community, is that when you go into that private match arena, you can select any weapon, right? So nothing is blocked off. Everything is unlocked. So
I would hate to see that come to Destiny, Pope.
I want to know more about that, because I wanted to bring that up, and like I'm a fan of that idea for the competitive community to grow. Just the things that Watts is saying, young kids coming up and having the same access to guns. But I mean, why do you think it's a bad idea, Brian?
Because one of the unique things about Destiny is like the the collectathon, the loot, getting all of that stuff, getting the perfect roll on something, and then bringing it into the Crucible and shooting other Guardians with it. That's part of the fun. And one of the things I was really hoping, we weren't sure that they were going to play this event on their own accounts, or if they would just play in the dev environment. And I was really hoping that they would play on their own event, so we could on their own account, so we could see, what these players thought was going to be their favorite loadout for this event. And I would like to see that continue into the MLG. I want to see them bring in, their favorite weapons, the weapons they've got. And then I would like to see, at the beginning of a match, like, let's go through what, KJ Hovey's using. Let's go through what True Vanguard's using. Let's go through, in just a brief 30-second rundown on each player, just so you can see. I think that'd be a lot of fun, and it would add to, the customization of Destiny. I one of the things I hated about Call of Duty competitive is, in some years, they would cut that game down to pieces that it was hardly recognizable to a regular player. You couldn't use kill streaks, you couldn't use this weapon, you couldn't use that weapon. It was so restricted, and I would hate to see that. I would hate to see them like restrict super usage. I would hate to see them restrict exotics. I would like to see the game that we play represented on the big stage.
Didn't they? I think the only thing that they did was, I think they waived off heavy. I think that was the only thing they did during that MLG.
Yeah, that's
event.
fair, because heavy sucks.
Yeah.
Heavy's, yeah.
Yeah,
It shouldn't be in there.
I agree that we want to see the game that we want to play, but I also understand that the competitive community is maybe it's going to evolve, maybe it's going to change for Destiny, but at least for my experience in Call of Duty is that they have a very strict rule set, and I don't know, it's not a level playing field, which competitive, right or wrong, it's not a level playing field which competitive communities seek to achieve by their rule sets and guns. So you can get players that are getting better guns now. And it just goes back to Miss Watts' point. I think there's a fine line. If you just took the competitive community and put them into a bubble, they may want something different than you and I want from the game as a whole. So,
right, but they got to understand that they are putting on a show. They want the purest form of their sport, but they ultimately are there. It's a money-making enterprise, and they're putting on a show, and they have to accommodate that fact. And that's something that Call of Duty messed up for a number of years. They got back to it with Black Ops 2, and they were really successful, and then they've kind of messed with it again. I honestly think that if Destiny, the best chance for Destiny to succeed on a tournament level is to put on the best show you can, and that includes the most bombastic, crazy shit that's going on the screen as possible.
Yeah, I know what you mean, because I remember speaking to someone about just competitive gaming and what makes a game competitively successful in terms of audiences watching, and a lot of people were talking about League of Legends and why that's so successful, and they were saying, well, a big part is that you watch people play League competitively, it's the exact same game as you can play at home. It's the same banning system, it's the same picking champion system, and everything within the game is exactly the same. So you can go and play your game, then go play at the highest level, and you see the exact same thing as you experience.
Yeah. If MLG has a real problem with the way something's balanced, I think they'll talk to Bungie about it, right? MLG is now an Activision company, so like they got a direct line to Bungie. So if they want to collaborate on this, they got they can talk and make things happen pretty quickly.
The other thing we got to keep in mind also is that this is literally just happened because of the private matches, and that I don't think their intention from the beginning was to set out to make an MLG type of gameplay setup. So I think when we look forward in the future for Destiny 2 is probably going to be tailored a lot more to having the casual and the pro tier plays folded together and making sense for people who just want to play the game regularly, and then also a pro level MLG type of circuit being formed. Because like there's a lot of issues with this game, and it's exciting to see it move towards an MLG type of setup, but we all know there's a lot of things that they got to fix, from netcode to weapons to 60 FPS, like all those things have to be, dedicated servers for one. We really need that for it to really thrive.
Yeah, they need like a spectator mode for good tournament broadcasting. You see what they can do with COD is they can show every player on the map. They can select a mode so that if you're viewing a certain player, you can actually see other players through walls that player can't see. It just makes for a really entertaining viewing experience because they've built those tools into Call of Duty like over the years, and it's really successful. Like Call of Duty match is a fun thing to watch, I think.
Yeah.
And they would need stuff like show they could see all the people on both teams if their super is ready, for example, because then you might want to jump on board with someone who has a super ready because they're going to do something crazy. So definitely having those kind of tools.
Yeah, that's what they were doing. Yeah,
they were trying. They were definitely trying.
Yeah, they kind of have a simple system there where they can see all the viewpoints just because they have all the cameras hooked up,
like a TriCaster.
Yeah, but I think what you'd want is probably something akin to Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike Global Offensive has a really, really good system for spectator modes where you can see behind the walls. You can see what weapon they currently have equipped. You can see like health percentages. It has all of it in a really easy to view package. I'd probably lean towards that for a thing to emulate.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see something like that come to Destiny 2. I don't expect to see it in Destiny 1, but if we could just start seeing some kind of competitive... Now, Farcog is doing a great job, and now with, private matches coming or here, Farcog, I think, is going to really have some great tournaments, too. Mm-hmm. But MLG just, it brings it to another level as far as, audience goes, it just reaches a wider audience because it's got the MLG name brand on it.
Can I ask a quick question? Since we're talking about the MLG event and we're kind of leading into private matches, what's like the wish list for private matches that we've all had a chance to play it? What is the glaring thing that not that I'm upset at how it came out, but what are some of the glaring things that are missing? And for me, customized for me, the first thing that came up was that you can't have more than one, 2 teams. You can't. The color changes. You can only have red and blue. And
you can't bring 12 people into Rumble.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Also, PlayStation Network's party limit kind of hits a wall.
The party limit is a pain in the butt.
So you gotta like set.
Also,
if you want a 12v12, you gotta have 2 parties, or you gotta use Discord or something.
Yeah.
One thing that's not to do with custom matches, but actually private matches. When people join your fire team, like even if you don't have private matches selected, like everyone can join your fire team.
Yeah.
So you're trying to get a team ready to like go do a strike or something, and you're like, oh, I gotta kick like 90% of the people here.
Yeah. Don't do that. Like, if you're watching this, don't do that. It's really annoying. Please, we're gonna boot you.
Here's the problem though. Like a lot of times, if I just want to get a quick match going, I'll be like, all right, guys, join up. And before it would just be like it would cap it off at 6, but now, like I said, 3 or 4 other people will join up, and you're like, who? You're like, first?
No, damn it.
So
I don't want to boot people.
It's super fun and awesome, and I'm really glad we have it. It's like
too.
for version 1 of what we have, I'm really stoked. It's It makes me
Me
very
too.
happy. I
There's
played
already
some.
been some really cool games.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
what games have you seen? The
6v6 elimination is a fucking blast. It's
I haven't tried that. I need to
unbelievably
do
fun.
It is so much fun.
I thought it was going to be just a stupid game mode because it'd be just too much chaos for an elimination game type. It is ridiculously fun. Get a big ass map, and everybody's just like being super tactical. You're getting revives all
Blind
over the
watch?
place. Oh my God, it's so fun. It is really fun.
What's the one with the big moon map? It's
First Light.
First Light
Yeah.
is now relevant again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so much
Yeah.
fun.
Salvage 6v6 salvage on the bigger maps is probably one of the most fun things I've played.
That sounds
Yeah.
good. I didn't
It's
try
so
that yet.
good because
That
it's
sounds great.
basically like Hardpoint in Call of Duty.
Yes.
But when you put it on the bigger maps, it's not as chaotic, so it makes it's really good.
Yeah, I'd really like to see. You know what I'd love to see is for Bungie to actually implement a 6v6 elimination game mode that has objectives in it. So it'd be similar to playing Search and Destroy in Call of Duty, like because it is a really fun game mode. Having that many people in an elimination is really good.
I liked some of the fun, kind of ridiculous ones that came up. Destiny Fun Police created the Fight Club.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so fun. I got to try that.
Oh, it is a blast. Everybody,
Dude,
so
the Bubble
if you,
Punch Club.
right. So if you don't know, if you're listening and you don't know the rules, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but everybody sets up as a defender Titan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they go into and they meet in the middle and they throw up their bubbles and they just punch each other and see who can
Yeah.
get kills, I guess.
Royal Rumble. That sounds great.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
it's
so
a
good.
blast. What other like crazy
I
ones
got
have
to
you
do
guys
that.
seen?
I actually started out by just going through each subclass. I was like, okay, join up as a warlock or a void warlock. You just super melee nade on all of them. I tried it out on I think every class except for Stormcaller and Sunsinger. Didn't try those. And the bubble punch just naturally like formed. It was great. We just all came on to be on Asylum and just kept on popping bubbles and punching each other and punching and punching. It was awesome. It was so fun. I was like, God, this is great.
We had our whole lobby do inverted both
Oh,
ways.
Nice.
Nice.
It was awful.
Nice.
That
Everyone was
sounds
like,
hard.
never again.
Yeah.
My eyes hurt. My
That
brain
literally hurts your brain.
Yeah, it does. When we went into a normal match, I'm like, I don't know how to play now because
Right.
I'm expecting everything to be bad. So it was fun. It was definitely a funny moment, but it was
That's a lot.
awful.
We did
We did
one
it.
where it was 6v1, 6 people on sparrows. The only thing they could do was ride their sparrow, and the one person could use any weapon he wanted. And it was just like 6 people like trying to hit this guy with sparrow. Eventually, we upgraded to any vehicle available on the map, which turned out to be ridiculous too, because everybody's just blowing everything up all over the place. It's fun to do public matches, or it's fun to do these private matches, man, because you're playing with your friends and you're laughing the whole time.
Yeah, my favorite was we loaded up Crossroads as all void warlocks, and it's the battleship type of thing where as soon as you go to your place, or actually I said, Bravo's on one side, Alpha's on the other side, so we had to chuck Nova bombs across that giant valley on Crossroads. You know how you can man cannon across, you know?
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's so great because like you have a definite divide right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, wherever you stop and start throwing grenades or Nova bombs, you have to stay there. So you can't like dodge stuff, you know? So you can go over, find a spot, but once you're there and you throw something, you have to stay there. It's so fun. It was I think my favorite mode.
I heard of people go into those man cannons with swords, and they have to start on opposite sides and meet in the middle,
Yeah.
and try and hit the other guy with your sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you kill him, you win. If you both die, you try again.
Oh, that's great.
There was we did an oldie but goodie, and it's really easy to score. 6v6 clash, and every team picked a VIP, so someone on their team that was going to be the VIP.
Yeah.
So it's Slayer, but you can kill anybody with any weapon you want, right, or super. But the only deaths that matter are the 2 VIPs on each team. So you had to circle around your VIP and keep them from dying. And so at the end of the game, you just kind of look at the KD of the whose ever KD is better of the 2 VIPs, and then that's the team that won.
That's a
And
great
so
one too.
it's
That's
a
nice.
fun, easy one to
Yeah,
jump
that sounds
into,
fun.
and the rule set's easy, and it just good times. You can make it fun because all of a sudden then you're protecting your class loadouts are important. A couple Titans with defender bubbles, right? Some Helm of St. 14s. Maybe your VIP has a shotgun. I don't know.
There's a really fun one from the Counter-Strike days. It was VIP mode where one team defends and you have to get your VIP to one section of the map, usually crossing its VIP. In Counter-Strike, you could make them have like 300 plus armor. Can't really do that right now. Custom games, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
but
hopefully.
for now, like you have sidearm only as the VIP, and you make sure your phone doesn't go off during a
Unprofesh. Oh my God.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's my alarm because I sleep very odd times. VIP has sidearm. That's all they can use. Everyone else tries to kill VIP. Use something that makes them really glow. So like glow who, make VIP.
Oh, nice. That's a good idea.
Yeah, and then
smart.
make them get across the map like that.
You could enable light levels and have everyone be
Ooh,
super
yeah,
low
that
light
works.
level.
That works.
Yeah,
for
we
them.
were doing
Yeah.
that too. We had one team of 5 that were all like they had to be 200 light or under, and then one guy who was max light, and we were trying to hit him with hilts.
Like a juggernaut type
Yeah.
of mode.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
do you remember in Halo the infection game mode?
Yeah.
Right. So would it work where you infected have high? It starts off with one person infected, and they have a light matters, and they have a super high defense and everything like that, and everybody else has to put on blue armor. And
I
then
think you could do that.
yeah, that would be fun.
And then once they die, they have to switch to the other team.
They have to switch their armor and switch to the other team.
Yeah.
Um,
And you make it like, say, 5-minute matches. So if you survive in 5 minutes, then you win.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun. I mean, I know they're gonna add version 2 and version 3 of this. They're gonna slow. I hope that once they phase out the old consoles and everything like that, and we're gonna start seeing more options in private matches. But for version 1, very happy, ton of fun. The creativity of this community. There's already been groups that are starting to aggregate all of the cool ideas, and I've even seen some groups that are creating random loadout generator,
there's a random loadout generator,
but not random loadout, but it's random like match generator.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Right, and it
Yeah.
selects. So as a group, you hit it, and it selects a new party game mode, and you can look it up and see what the descriptions are and stuff. So super
That's cool. Yeah, that's really cool. I feel like there's something that you could do with Rift, where once you get the buff of holding the Rift, it could mean something. I don't know what. I'm sure there's ideas that can come from it. But I feel like you could have like a 1v1 experience or a 1v2 in Rift with that type of, one person gets the runner buff, and then you have to do something. I don't know. It's ideas. It's not a fully formed idea.
Even just like regular stuff like fusion rifles only, snipers only, that's super fun. I think fusion rifle only was maybe one of the funnest things that we played. It could be because Ian, his internet was really bad, and it basically made him glitch out to where he was in the match but not really, so I couldn't see him. No one on the enemy team could see him.
Oh, he became desynced. That's fun.
Yes,
that's fun.
and
wow.
he could damage people with grenades.
Yeah.
So we were playing Mayhem, and he switched to sticky grenades on his Hunter and was just going right up next to people and throwing grenades. That would be a really fun actual game type. That would be amazing.
We did Sword Hilts only, which is a classic.
That is so fun.
A
That's
favorite.
not fun. That's
It's
not
a
fun.
favorite. It's a favorite for the Planet Destiny podcast.
No.
Classic.
Is it too soon? Too soon?
No, it's great.
No. Yeah.
you have to make it either exotic sword hilts only or normal sword hilts only.
Yeah,
You can't
Tefty. There's a difference.
Obviously.
There's obviously a difference.
Obviously
And
difference.
by the way, there has been so many requests for a rematch between the Dream Team and us.
Oh, has there?
True.
Yes,
Yeah.
a lot
Well,
of
if we-
people are talking about it.
If
True.
we do a rematch, it has to be a rematch. It has to be Tefty, Pope, and Breyer. I can't bail you guys out on this one.
What?
Can't.
See,
Sorry. I have
you
to
know,
be there
they-
to annoy the shit out of
They
Tefty.
can have 2 other people.
Yeah,
We can have a 5v5.
we're gonna
But
do
it's the Dream
5v5.
Okay.
Well, you
Yeah,
know.
Dream Team plus 2 others.
Yeah.
Dream Team plus versus the stream and Dork Shadow.
There you
that
go.
could be the other 2
There you go.
people.
There you go. So put it out there. If you know Mr. Fruit, tweet at him. You know, we're officially
start up the podcast things again?
we're officially challenging Mr. Fruit to a rematch on even ground this time. None of this cheating. None of this sword hilt cheating that he did last time. We want a square even match, right, Tefty?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely, yeah.
We should all just buy
Totally.
the weapon that the gunsmith is selling and use that.
No.
Agreed. I like that.
I don't know if I
Perfectly
can
even.
agree to be on the same team as Tefty after he told me to eat a literal dick on.
That's because you were actually being an asshole to me. So you deserved it, actually.
Hey, Patrick,
you
I
bought and paid for that meal.
Oh,
I
it was
hope you enjoyed it.
delicious. I loved it.
I forgave him, and he booted me from the Skype chat 3 times.
Yeah, I know.
I did. Yep. Yeah, I was pretty triggered. That was
Oh man.
That was one of those days. You know, it was a combination of lag and then the fact that my internet I had big internet problems back then because I was in the other place. So it was all those things combined.
Excuses.
Plus, you sucked with the sword. Real
You
talk.
sucked
Yes.
with a sword, man. You're using a legendary sword. Who uses a legendary sword?
I had no idea, Pope. I had no
Who
idea.
knows that
Both
an
of you
exotic
guys?
sword does
I had
more?
no idea.
Nobody knows that, Pope.
God. Don't you watch Mr. Fruit's videos? He's
Yo,
like,
who really failed here and didn't inform the rest of his team?
Yeah, it was
Exotic
Pope.
swords.
I was enjoying watching you suffer. All right.
Oh my god.
So
all right,
we-
let's
we-
move on.
Move on. We talked about private matches.
Nothing else
Yeah.
about private matches. Just super
we-
fun
we-
for the community. Can't wait for new stuff to come out. Great things happening. Tweet at us if you discover a new game mode that you think would be great. I've seen people on the Twitch streamers 1v1ing their all those people that have been talking crap in their chats for years now finally get to 1v1 them. So
Yeah,
it's,
that's right.
it's always great. So anyway, real excited.
You want to talk about the weekly update a little bit?
Yeah. Go through the weekly update real quick.
All right. First of all, if you haven't seen the weekly update, you need to go check it out because it's one of the best screenshots I've ever seen from Destiny. Like, it's absolutely beautiful. It shows 9 Guardians. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 Guardians and all in brand new armor for Rise of Iron, all lined up looking
And there's
badass.
a wolf.
And a wolf. Yeah,
Wolf.
it really does look cool. It looks like they're at Fellwinter's Peak. It looks really cool. It's a good screenshot.
It's super
is.
cool. Look at that Trials armor, Patrick. Are you excited?
I'm not looking at it right now. Hold on. Let me go to Bungie.net.
Ian's
Ooh.
gonna get the cape first week,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm gonna cry.
And we're not going to get it for at least 3 more weeks.
Oh, that
Yes,
is so
that's what's
cool.
gonna happen.
That is a
It's
cool photo.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that was
Doggy.
really
It
cool.
is beautiful.
Doggy.
Dude, that wolf's head. That is a massive wolf. Look how big that head is
wolves are
compared to
pretty
the
big.
Guardians.
Have you ever seen
Like
a wolf?
actual
That's a
wolves?
big. That's a
Wolves-
normal sized wolf.
They're bigger than dogs.
They're
I will
huge,
say
dude.
that.
An actual wolf is huge.
I don't know. Look at
No.
they're wearing helmets. They're not like head size. They're like helmets on their characters.
Tefty. Real wolf, huge.
They're
Real-
pretty big.
I know they're
Wolf is
big, but
Big.
that's like a bear almost.
Maybe
Yeah,
something
real
we
wolf
don't
big.
know about Guardians is that they're all like midgets,
We're all midgets. Oh, that could be why Shax is so tall.
right?
Yes, he's a
He's
normal
like
person.
as
We
get
are
further and
actually
further
fighting
golden,
as
from
Oompa
the golden
Loompas.
age. Our nutrition goes worse
Yeah.
and worse, and we keep getting shorter and shorter. We're all like 5'2".
Oompa, oompa, oompa dee doo.
Okay, so moving on. Elder of the Elder Champions, the group SD Battlefront, Red Sox 007, Blaze Boss 17. Special shout out to them. How many weeks in a row did they win?
Undefeated. 13 weeks in a row.
They
Undefeated
pulled it.
champions.
Pulled an A-Rod.
Yeah, that is freaking dope.
That is awesome.
We also found out that we're going to be able to link our Bungie.net account to our Twitch accounts. Mm-hmm. So if you're streaming or hanging out on Twitch, it will alert your friends on Bungie.net.
That's cool.
Yeah. I'm not sure what I'd use that for. What would I use that for?
I don't know.
I think they talked about how it's meant to help people who want more exposure for streaming.
So the other thing that they definitely went over in this weekly update, there will be a hot fix coming out on Monday, September 19th, the day before Rise of Iron comes out.
Eagerly anticipating this one.
Because it will fix this god-awful film grain issue.
Yes.
This film grain's so bad.
Yeah.
Like, it depends on the monitor you have. If you have a detailed monitor that, like, enhances the details in some of the screens, it makes it bad. It's very obvious. Some screens, it's so, like, you don't want to look at it because it's so grainy.
Yeah, mine, if you're on a gaming monitor, you're probably going to have a rough time. TVs have, like, you probably won't be able to notice it as much, especially if you're sitting far away. In some settings, go to the Dark Blade strike, and then look up when you're inside the pit. Yeah, there's actually like a noticeable FPS drop from how bad the grain effect is. It's a little bit crazy. They are also fixing issues impacting revive timers. So that was one of the things where, they unnerfed the res timer.
They did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. I was like, oh, this is very fast.
The other things, quest tracking on some vendors, Cosmodrome and Mars, and then volume issues impacting some lines from Lord Shaxx in the Crucible as well. All that stuff will be fixed. So that patch will go live on Monday, and hopefully it won't cause any other bugs.
None.
Oh, it will.
None.
None at all, right? That never happens. All right.
It's a very uncomplicated code for this game, and when they change things, nothing goes wrong.
Yep.
Ever.
Yep.
Not a single thing.
Super simple.
We also saw the interview with Chris Barrett. I think this was on Polygon.
Polygon? Yeah, it was Polygon.
Where he was asked about the raids. He didn't say they're coming back. It's not confirmed that they're coming back, but he said, it's in the top 10 list of things they'd like to do is to bring back the old raids. And it's something they're looking at. So, people who want that to happen saw some encouragement there. People who don't want that to happen saw some negative there.
Why would you not want that to happen, honestly?
Well, I mean, I could flip on this on a daily basis, Tefty Teft.
Yeah?
Honestly. Is like, if you ask me tomorrow, I might have a different opinion. But, like, when I think about them going back to update the old raids, I think of Prison Elders and Challenge of Elders, right? I played so much Prison Elders last year. Challenge of Elders came around, and it was an updated version of Prison Elders. I just, I found it boring very, very quickly. So if they're going to spend a whole lot of time updating old content, I'm not going to get nearly the amount of replayability I would out of brand new content. So that's kind of how I see it.
Yeah.
I also do like the fact that you use Tefty's full name, Tefty Teft.
I was reading it, when I see
real.
something, it just comes right out the mouth.
It's when you know it's serious. Tefty,
Tefty
you are
Teft.
in trouble.
It's like
I know.
his mom
Tefty
was mad
Teft.
at him.
You're
Tefty
a
Teft.
Tefty.
Yeah, you gotta
Use
delivering
the
this
full
point to me.
name.
Jeez. Well, I hear what you're saying, but I don't think they're actually going to approach it and like they're spending all this time with the content, like freshening up this content, spending time that they could be using on new content. I think it's more like they, again, like what I've been saying, is a final farewell patch for this version of Destiny to bring everything to make it relevant again. So then, if people do want to come back to this version, and have fun with it. Like I don't think they're going to be wasting time. In other words, where they could have been developing something else.
I mean, any time spent in development, right, could be used for one thing or another. And
but they've got a dedicated team towards the live team.
If the live team's working on updating the old raids as opposed to creating new stuff, then I mean,
yeah, but they're not going to be working on Destiny 2. Destiny 2 has its own team.
I'm not saying they are, but like, even if you're talking like what you're talking about, and I'm not saying I totally disagree with you, to be honest with you, Tef, because honestly, you could ask me about this tomorrow and I might have a different opinion. I flip flop on this
Fair
constantly. But if the live team is working on updating the Vault of Glass and Crota's End and the King's Fall raid, or they're working on 4 new story missions and a new raid, which one would you rather see? I'd rather see the new raid.
Yeah, but I don't think
It
we're
would
getting
be a
new
different
raid.
team for the new raid, though.
Yeah, you're probably right. I don't know. I'd always prefer to see brand new content over rehash content, just because I've played the old stuff to death.
Yeah, I feel you on that, and I'm with you on that. Like if there's a choice between new content versus having a rehash of the old content, obviously I want new content. But my perspective is that the new content is coming in Destiny 2. And Destiny 2 is going to be lit. You know?
Yeah, I hear you.
So I'm like, this version can get buttoned away with all kinds of, like, hey, this is a final farewell patch. All the content that you loved is still relevant.
Yeah.
The only
in the
changes...
midst of my excitement for Rise of Iron, I still have that fear for the rest of the year after Rise of Iron. After, starting in January, what are we going to be looking at? Like, is it going to be a repeat of year 2 where, in January, we're really looking for something to do, and that next thing was the April update, which lasted about a month, and then, if you weren't a PvP player, there was nothing to do in Destiny.
Yep.
So my only hope, and I don't think that I don't want to reimagine the old raids. I think what would be great for players that are want to go back is have nightfall type situations for raids where you go back, it's up to the current light level, and you have modifiers that challenge you in doing the raid with nightfall perks on or nightfall challenges on.
They actually do that in WoW. No.
Okay, well,
look, I've been absent and I haven't made a ton of WoW references. I'm making up for lost time.
So you're saying I'm not coming up with a brand new idea? I'm pretty sure that
I don't even see how it's relevant. Who cares if they do it in WoW? We want to see it in Destiny.
I know, right? What I wanted to follow up with, it's really successful and it's awesome because some people that didn't get to play this stuff when it was relevant content, now they get to, and they get to get loot drops from it as well. It's really great for times when there's not a hell of a lot to do, so it's like, I can look forward to doing old Burning Crusade dungeons at current light level now. So
that'd be freaking amazing.
That would be amazing, and
that'd be cool.
See, I'm already flip-flopping on it, and I'll flip-flop on it.
It's okay to flip-flop.
Briar Trump. That's
Imagine the Fatebringer comes back on like the last 3 months of this version of Destiny.
I'd be so happy to see the Fatebringer come back. All right, so another piece of news has come out this week, and that is about rep boosters. We talked a lot about rep boosters when they were first announced in the April update, and now they're kind of skipping a step with rep boosters. Before, you could use real money to buy silver in-game, then use the silver to buy silver packages or whatever, sterling packages, which may contain rep boosters. We got that got under our skin a little bit because it felt a little bit pay to win. They're skipping a few steps now. Going into Rise of Iron, you'll be able to use money to buy rep boosters. Flat out.
What's the conversions? Like the cost.
I don't think we know.
We don't know yet. Okay.
I don't know.
I've gone back and forth on this. Normally, I'm the big, I'm the guy that sounds the alarm when we're getting too close to pay to win, and it, I don't know. I'm reserving judgment on it because it sounds like it's not a huge jump. It sounds like the water just slowly turned up a little bit, though.
That's what it's kind of always been like with all of these things. It's like ever so water's rising ever so slightly.
This is no change to me.
You're like, no.
This is honestly no change to me. We talked about this before. We were upset about it before. It's now that they're just skipping a step. They're making it more direct. You're gonna get more value for your money if you want to do this.
One of the other things is it looks like rep boosters currently in the game right now are like when you use one, it applies to all your characters. So
nice.
If you swap
because
characters,
it costs money.
If you swap characters, you'll still have the effect on that character. Red Glitch popped one on a Warlock, swapped to his Hunter, we still have the effect.
Nice.
Now here's
also when you level up when you level up, you're also going to be able to choose if you want armor or weapons. I'm not actually paying for a weapon, but I'm indirectly paying for more chances to get a perfect weapon.
Yeah.
I don't think this jump is going to really affect anything.
No, it's the next one or the one after that or the one after that.
Right. It's further down the road. This is fine.
But every time they take a small step, they're getting closer to that point.
But when we get to that point, it's gonna be a problem.
But I want to pull the brakes now before we get to that point.
See, I think, yeah, that's what it is. It's like it's a stepping stone towards buying engrams directly for money.
Yeah.
And I don't want that. I actually don't mind if people can get boosters. It's like, all right, so you can buy a booster to help your account. It doesn't really rub me the wrong way. It just, if there's something like, hey, you can buy these legendary engrams directly out of there for cash, then I'm like, well, obviously there's a conflict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the amount of time you put in versus money in the game.
Yeah,
I don't know.
who needs to buy legendary engrams to get cool stuff? You just go to the Cryptarch. I mean, am I right?
This is how all those,
Yeah.
those pay-to-win games or those tap games that work on iPhone, like this is how they work, right? Is that you can do this the slow way, or you can give us money to do it faster. This is like the same exact model as all of those.
You know what I really love? Blue microphones, because no doubt you notice these wild mics and headphones that we are using. They're just some of the iconic gear that Blue creates. Blue's award-winning mics are the driving force behind professional musicians, internet creators, and countless elite gaming teams and Twitch streamers. Their Yeti USB mic is the internet's most popular microphone, and their Mo-Fi and Lola headphones deliver insane sound in a very personalized fit. I noticed Breyer is using the new Lola headphones now.
Yeah, I really like these too. They're a little bit lighter than the Mo-Fis that I was using before, and they're actually more comfortable to me, but they sound great.
Yeah. Blue offers everything you need to completely
Nice.
immerse yourself in the ultimate gameplay experience. Learn more about Blue at bluemic.com. How about we take some questions?
All right. Z-Dude0127. If Nintendo sent a raid team into Vault of Glass consisting of only characters from their franchises, who would they send?
Well, obviously Mario would be in there.
I mean, he's got that jumping puzzle nailed.
Yeah.
Luigi's gonna fuck it up every time though with that little skedaddle he does.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're gonna want Donkey Kong in there. I feel like, right?
Yeah.
Donkey Kong
Yeah.
is gonna be good.
You're gonna definitely
Zelda.
want Zelda, yeah.
Zelda for puzzles. Yep.
Or
Link, you mean?
Link.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
my bad. Link.
Yeah. So we got
Wow.
Mario, Link,
So much
Donkey
credit.
Kong.
Why not
Lost.
Zelda also?
All right, throw Zelda in there.
Yeah.
Who else? Well, you want
We need
Yoshi?
some Pokemon in there.
What was the original
Oh,
question?
Pokemon?
Are we
We got
just
a
bringing
ton of
over everyone
Pokemon.
from Nintendo? Is that
Yeah,
what we're doing?
if Nintendo set up a raid team for Vault of Glass using Nintendo franchise characters,
I'm
who would it be?
going Metroid.
Oh, Samus. Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, that's 5. We need a 6th.
the characters from the game with the painting.
What?
I'm so good at this because I haven't
Mario
played
Paint?
it. No, the standalone game Splatoon. There we go. Got it.
Ah, okay.
Splatoon.
The only
Oh.
people who have guns.
Some
That's
new.
that's really cool.
New.
Yeah,
That game was fun. I don't know if you guys played it. It was really fun.
I played
never played
it
it.
once at my friend's house. And
Oh,
it was,
people
I
in
did.
chat are saying Mega Man. That would be dope too.
That's not a
Yeah, but he's
Nintendo
not really
franchise.
Nintendo.
Not Nintendo.
That's Capcom.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Rich, I'm really liking sidearms since the update. What weapons do you like or think could now compete?
Sidearms. Sidearms are pretty good.
Yeah.
A lot of people are liking like Nerwin's Mercy, Red Death kind of pulse rifles now. Seeing a lot of people enjoy Red Death.
Yeah. I'm seeing it more
yeah.
too, but is it competitive?
I use it and I'm
time to
like,
kill?
blah.
Yeah.
That's my-
Red Death is great because it gives you your health back if you do win the gunfight, but you have less chance of winning the gunfight.
Right.
For me, it's the same thing. It's sidearms. I feel like we can actually use them now and then be useful.
You know what I hear are pretty good right now, actually? High range shotguns, like max impact shotguns.
no kidding.
Oh.
Sleeper.
No,
I
for
know.
I haven't seen any in the Crucible.
Give it a
Yeah.
shot. You might like what you see.
Oh,
That's
those
kind of new. That's kind
are
of
the
new.
snipers. Oh, that's the new sniper class that they introduced, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I feel like this is one of those Mutual of Omaha like Wild Kingdom shows where they talk about how one predator is like killed or lost from the ecosystem and another apex predator comes out.
Yeah.
You nerf the crap out of sniper rifles and what do you get? You get shotguns galore, baby. So,
There's more shotguns for sure.
oh, sure. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just constantly being chased by people with shotguns.
it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's so effective.
It's
It really
great.
is.
It is.
I have to use bad juju, so then I don't have to reload after I kill them, because I don't have enough bullets to handle the shotguns.
Yeah, like if there's 2 over
Jumping
3 of
at
them.
me.
Yeah.
It's great
They
to
just
use.
constantly
I've been.
Maybe in strategy. That gun
I've-
is fun to use now.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Like
It is a lot
I got
better.
melted by it. I was like,
yeah, if you're close up, it switches to that doctrine. It's got a little more stability, which really seemed to help. But it is fun to use now, and getting your ammo back after the kill
Yeah.
like
Yes.
allows
Yep.
you to just move on.
Yes, it is.
Like,
Yeah.
I like that gun. It's still got a lot. I kind of compare it to Hardlight a little bit. I'm not sure. I haven't done any actual testing. Patrick, maybe you need to do a weapon review on this.
Which one? Which one?
Fabian strategy is. I kind of am thinking that
Tefty's the one. Tefty's.
it's a little bit like Hardlight, where the Hardlight has more visual recoil than it has actual recoil. Right? As the gun bounces around, but the bullets actually go pretty much where you're aiming. I'm starting to think the Fabian strategy is like that right now, where the sights are bouncing around, but your bullets are actually landing.
Okay.
I'm not sure though. I haven't
Yeah.
tested it, but I'm starting to get that feeling because it's killing people pretty quick.
Yeah.
yeah,
It-
I got
it-
melted by it.
It's
Yeah,
amazing
the
what happens.
range and stability really helped.
It's amazing
Yeah.
what happens when you have a gun that has really poor stability and needs it to actually work, and you make its stability go to an actually usable state.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people bounced off of it right away after the update because they said it still doesn't have the stability.
Okay,
Because
I
it's got a lot of visual bounce to it.
don't know.
Oh.
I saw someone use it at Bungie on the live game, and I was like, "This looks fine." And it's in the unupgraded form. Like, okay,
I enjoyed it. I used it quite a bit when just recently, and I'm with you, Briar. I love the rate of fire change as a player gets closer to you.
Yeah.
It helps me to handle rushing titans or rushing gunners.
Yeah.
I start off firing. It's a suppression weapon at range, and then I start firing as a player challenges me. I back up, and I'm able to kill them.
Yeah.
You know, I've been.
And then
I've
if you
been
get that kill, it gives you ammo back, and you
That's
can,
right.
You
keep
kind
going.
of keep going. And in
Yeah.
PvE, the thing is a monster now. Like it's really
Yeah.
good. You just mow through mobs.
Yeah, for trash mobs, it is incredible.
Yeah.
You're just constantly getting ammo back
Yeah.
and mowing through them. Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree.
Master Rune, another very important question: tacos or burritos?
Tacos.
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 The tortilla,
Tacos.
and in fact, the wrap in general, I believe, is not a very good invention. It never actually tastes good.
Well, you're
the
not
wrap.
going to the right places, man. I live in California where they actually make their tortillas properly. I've been to a lot of places where they make burritos where they don't cook the tortilla. Most people don't know that tortillas come uncooked, partially cooked, and you need to finish them
put them
on
in
a
the
hot.
oven.
You need to put them. You need to partially cook them on an open flame.
I think a taco tastes good. It tastes like a corn chip.
I like that you can put your
Soft
entire
tacos?
meal. You can put your entire meal into a burrito and eat it.
Yeah,
it's just
it is a
convenience. It's
portable. It is a
convenience.
portable meal. Tacos much more messy, but I prefer the flavor of a taco.
I'm abstaining from this conversation.
Really?
Why?
Yes.
You don't want to make your tacos and burritos jealous?
No, because if I were to actually start talking, I would need at least another hour. So we're just gonna
All right.
save it for
Leave
save
it,
for
leave
I
it
another
for
accept that
tomorrow's
answer.
stream, Patrick.
It's gonna get really technical. I'm gonna start bringing out the spreadsheets.
We'll come back
I got
to
some
it tomorrow.
pie
People will love
charts over here. Well, like it's gonna get sciencey.
The super fun people. I'm sorry.
I'm
go ahead.
gluten free. I'm gluten free, so I have to default to tacos because it's the most convenient for me. But I do enjoy a really good taco. It can be just as bad though when you have a bad taco. I mean,
Yeah, that's
Well,
absolutely
bad
true.
is bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and a bad burrito. It's like, ugh, what is this gas station
Well, see,
quality burrito?
here's
Jesus, why did I buy this?
This is a good point though, because if you have a bad taco, it's not as bad if you have a bad burrito. Because if you get a bad burrito and you've eaten the entire thing and it's inside your stomach and your stomach's full,
It's not staying there long.
it's not staying there long. And throwing up a
got the exit
taco,
strategy.
throwing up a taco is totally different than throwing up an entire burrito.
An entire,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because some of it got in, and it's got to go out the other way.
Right? You don't want that split exit situation either, man. That could be a real nightmare.
that requires shower time. That's no good.
Super fun people. Who would you each most like to 1v1 me, bro, in the streaming YouTubing community?
I'm gonna have.
I know Pope Bear's answer. I just know you. I don't know if he'll say it. Go ahead, Tufty. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have my wife 1v1 me on stream.
Well, that's a whole nother pay-per-view channel, Tefty.
I don't know if that fits in the terms of service.
Yeah, that's gonna get you kicked off of Twitch real quick. Just saying.
Oh my god.
I'd love to 1v1 Hovey, because like amazing sniper, really good play. I don't know. I want to see how my play style matches up against his.
He's got a good stream too. I like hanging out in his stream.
Yeah, he's
I
good
lurk
time.
in his stream a lot, and he's just a chill dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
I actually challenged somebody to a 1v1 already, and he accepted.
Who is it?
I challenged Triple Wreck to a 1v1.
Oh yeah.
He accepted. The loser has to delete a God roll IS Luna.
Which
Okay?
you have 10 of, and he has one
Well,
of.
whatever.
what a
Details,
stack.
right? So I do have a couple, so I'm not worried about it. But here's the deal. He has to kill me. I have to kill him once, and he has to clean me out in a 1v1.
You only got to kill him once
That's
in an
only
entire
it.
match?
He's got to wipe me, and
Holy crap.
he put it out there.
Okay.
So he's confident, and I think he might just do it. Oh Jesus!
I don't actually know. There's so many good players that I would love to actually see in a 1v1 environment and see how they move and see how they shoot. That's a tough question.
I would like to go against Mesa Sean. I've never actually met him in person. I've only talked to him, like had short conversations with him on Twitter, and that night we played the podcast Showdown. And I like the guy. I would like to play him. I think we'd have a lot of fun playing a 1v1.
You know what? I'd 1v1 Dado. That sounds fun. Yeah.
That would be a
Hawk Moons only.
Fuck moons only.
Yeah, that's good. That's fun. That I think that these 1v1s with like in the community has been a lot of fun to watch, and it reminds me of like the early Halo days where you're just doing these LAN parties and stuff, and
Yeah.
I'm having a ton of fun.
Except now there's thousands of people watching. Jordy Garcia Patron, what is your favorite thing to eat, and why will Holtzman say everyone's wrong?
I like this person.
Wrong.
What's my favorite thing to eat? Sushi.
Sushi,
Ooh, that's a
me
good
too.
pick.
I love sushi.
Damn, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Sushi's great.
sushi is great. You
I
know,
could
and-
say something that I like that Patrick will definitely be angry about.
Is it
Yeah,
like
what's
a-
wrong with sushi, Patrick?
I fucking love sushi. I'm trying to
Okay.
stay
Yeah, about to
quiet
say.
over here.
It's about time you
Wrong with
agreed.
sushi.
What about pineapple on pizza, Patrick?
Fucking
Yeah.
love pineapple on pizza.
That's
Oh,
delicious.
what?
You get sweet and
Wow,
savory
really?
all in one
You
bite.
agree
It's
with
great.
me?
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
Yeah.
I
Well,
love
there we
pineapple
go.
on pizza.
You put a Canadian bacon and pineapple
Hawaiian
on
pizza
pizza
is delicious.
with
I
like
love Hawaiian
red,
pizza.
with hot red
It's
peppers
great.
sprinkled over the
It's
top.
delicious.
Now you're talking. I gotta
See,
go.
the chat's gonna
I'm
get
hungry.
angry. They constantly tell me that pineapple on pizza is disgusting. So
No,
No
it's
way.
delicious.
It's amazing.
It's freaking delicious.
Yeah.
You know what's even better is having like pepperoni and cheese and pineapple and pizza right next to each other, or Hawaiian pizza, so you can be like, delicious.
You ever
Oh my
do?
God, it's
You ever do the
delicious too.
pizza sandwich where you have two different kinds of pizza in the square slices? You put them together
No, I haven't gone to
Sides
grade
together?
school where that.
Like
and
Can't
make a
say I've
pizza
done that.
sandwich.
I haven't eaten a square
That's
pizza
next level
since grade
pizza right
school.
there.
Are these pizza strats? They are, right? I've never done that.
All right, Pedro, Mr. Scorps. Should we expect Icebreaker and Pocket Infinity to return in Rise of Iron? I ran into a guy using Pocket Infinity today. Holy shit, that gun is good.
It's nasty.
it's real good.
I think that we're gonna see every gun come back.
Eventually, I bet we'll see every gun.
Wasn't there talk though that they
That would be
said
cool.
Icebreaker specifically had problems that they didn't want to bring back?
Well, yeah, because
they singled it out. Yeah.
Yeah, they
they
specifically
singled it
said
out.
Icebreaker is very difficult to design encounters around because, it never runs out of ammo. You can just negate an encounter by staying really passive.
Yeah.
I mean, are we going to
every
see
Nightfall in year 1?
Are we going to see an Icebreaker year 3 that's like a hollowed out, soulless version of the original Icebreaker?
Where you have to pick up ammo for it.
Yeah, it's just like the shell.
I don't
that's just a
know.
regular
I
sniper
always
rifle.
thought it would be really cool for Icebreaker. Like, it regens ammo, but to regen the ammo, you have to move around. Like, it charges off
That'd be cool.
off your Guardian's movement or something. I thought
I got
that'd
it.
Be, yeah, that'd be really
You
cool.
have to put silver dust into it.
Don't give them ideas.
What if? Oh yeah, moving
Fueled
is
by
good.
your money.
I mean, Icebreaker's the
that
perfect
for
time
every-
to come back with all the snow. There's ice. It
So
can
wait,
break it.
what if
Right?
the icebreaker has like a charge point on it, and in order to charge it, you have to get kills with your primary,
Oh, it's interesting.
and then it's charged, and so you switch to use it, and it regenerates ammo as long as it's charged, and then it will go away, and then you have to get more kills to charge it up.
That would work. I don't know why.
No, you know what? Like the put away method honestly sounds like Pat's saying, move around and maybe put it away. You stow it, and move around, it recharges.
Yeah.
There's an update to Brilliance.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
We should probably go over that.
Oh my goodness!
Seeing
what happened?
as we're here.
What happened?
There's
What
just
happened?
more
Tell me.
dialogue within the Brilliance section.
Oh, they added more dialogue
They
to
did.
the section.
Read
that
it.
was
Read
already
it.
open.
Read it. Read it.
Oh, don't
read it.
don't do it.
No, don't read it. It's too long.
Don't
but
do it.
It's
read it.
super long.
Don't
Can
read
we
it.
get like the?
I'll read it.
breakdown
You
of
guys
it?
talk. I'll read it. I'll read it right now.
Okay. Okay.
I'll move on to the next one. Full Metal Otaku's got another one, but it's a good one. Is the PD crew satisfied with the explanation that Bungie gave for ghost bullets, or is this just a move to calm the storm?
So, the thing that still hasn't really been explained for me is when someone is within the range of the weapon, they have waited for it to settle and the shot still misses.
Yeah.
Because we've seen that. We've visually seen that. The headshots were doing the amount of damage that it should do when you're within the range of that weapon, and it was still missing. So that I don't have an explanation for, that I would like to have an explanation for, because that's not Bloom.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's not Bloom.
And
I also don't
when
give a
you're-
shit about Bloom. I just don't want that mechanic in the game.
Yeah, there's that, but also you could be literally in front of somebody with a shotgun, like literally
Yeah.
in front, where they have to take damage, at least from some of the pellets, and at times it will miss. That it seems like there's a bug somewhere in there. There's a digital bug, a little vampire,
Yeah,
siphoning
they should
the
buff
fuel from our
shotguns,
bullets.
Totally.
No, this is like, when I look at it, it's,
I know, I'm
it's straight up a netcode.
trolling.
No, I know you're making a joke about it, but like, I want to make sure that people understand that I'm saying there's something to do with the fundamental engine, that sometimes there's a miscalculation that happens with the peer-to-peer connections and things get lost. And maybe that's why some of these bullets are not registering also.
We've literally had like void Nova bombs just go into ground and nothing.
They just disappear.
Yeah.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, you can visually see that is disappearing.
I already
It's
missed enough of
Exactly.
those
enough.
fuckers. I don't need the game fucking me up, too.
Exactly.
I am the
I'm telling
whipmeister
you.
with those things over here.
I'm telling you, I think there's a hit detection bug in the system somewhere that shows itself every now and then. We see it more so with bullets because we shoot a lot of bullets. I think there's something with the actual bounding boxes that provide the hit detection. It hiccups somewhere in the peer-to-peer connections.
I know that in competitive environments, when players are rewarded for skill and accuracy, any gun that has its reticle on another player, should hit. And I understand Bloom, but your initial shot should hit.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I would rather...
I
I'd rather them, instead of using Bloom to, reduce the effectiveness of a hand cannon at range, use range to do that. Just,
Right.
have that damage drop off very severely as it gets further away. So eventually you're doing like 1 damage with
Right.
a shot to the head.
Yep.
But
much
I don't
prefer
like
that.
these missing bullets. It just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good in a shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing about ghost bullets is like that makes it feel way more present than it a lot of times you miss. Like, that's a very, you need to watch your footage sometimes and just be like, okay, I missed, and just come to terms with that. But one of the reasons that you're even taking the shot is that the aim assist in the game will like lock on to someone, and it'll feel like, okay, I'm on the guy, I should pull the trigger right now, and your bloom hasn't fully settled, but the way that the gun and the game is behaving makes you think that, hey, this is going to work. So then that's why you shoot, and then it rolls the dice and it says, no, you missed. So it's, there's some stuff, there's definitely some stuff they can still do to make players more aware of where they are in their bloom and their accuracy.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like having bloom in the game is one thing, but like having no actual indication of where you are at in the bloom, it makes people not really like bloom very much.
At least when you're aiming down sights, there's an indication of bloom when you're hip firing, but you don't.
You're not going to be hip firing.
You don't hip fire hand cannons unless
you can't even hip
desperate.
fire the last word anymore.
Yeah,
so.
and that's why I liked the DMR from Halo Reach, is that I could see the activation of the bloom, and it taught me how to pace my shots. I think what we're talking about is not necessarily the fine tuning of the game's mechanics and everybody becoming a student of the of the game. It's just it's how big this game is and the enjoyment of people to jump in and play the game. And the logic, it has to just make sense. And so if a player just doesn't feel like their guns are hitting and they're throwing up their hands in the air and they're going like, what the fuck, man? They're pissed off. That feeling can be explained in a half-hour conversation as to why they just missed that shot. But that's irrelevant. I think that's irrelevant.
I agree.
What's relevant is that person is saying, what the fuck? I just missed that shot. And I hit, my reticle was, I mean, that's that frustration. And whether or not there is a mechanic to explain it or not, the fact that a majority of the community feels that way, their enjoyment of the game is brought down, and Bungie needs to do something to either explain it, make it more user-friendly. It just needs to be more user-friendly.
Well said. Well said.
It's very discouraging to jump into the game and then get bullets not registering. Doesn't make you want to play it.
And I understand the mechanic behind it. I know why it does it. I understand initial, the cones and all that stuff.
Initial accuracy, final accuracy.
I get it. I just don't agree with it for the overall enjoyment of the game.
Agreed.
Yep.
Sea Guardians. So year 2 PS4 exclusive weapons not coming to Xbox One. Is the PS4 exclusive Strike coming to Xbox One?
No.
JB Mega, out of all the new armor sets we have seen so far, what do you like the best? What's your best?
Trials.
Yeah, it's Trials for me.
That cape, when you put the ornament on it, and it just it turns into this like hologram cape. Oh my god, yes.
It looks good. I really like that holographic pinks on the blue. I think it looks good. And the yellow trim.
I think I'm about to go with the Trials gear also. After looking at all of them, like they all look cool. But man, the Trials gear is looking nice.
I feel like Trials stands out. It's like, whoa, there's a big pink guy coming at me. I want to be the big pink guy. And I want to try having my armor be all black and then having the pink. I think that'll look really cool.
To be honest with you, I really like the way the Titans look with the Iron Banner armor.
Yeah, they look really good.
I really, really like it. It's like the flaming like fire coming out of behind the metal. It just.
So is that the Iron Banner gear or the Iron Lord gear?
I don't know. It might be the Iron Lord.
Iron Lord.
It's a little confusing.
It's a little to me. I thought it looked like Iron Banner gear, but I don't know if it's been like identified as one or the other.
Isn't the Iron Banner gear look like you're a space pirate?
Space pirate.
No, complete silence.
What does a space pirate look like?
Space pirate's got all this like chain metal that's been kind of tattered and broken, and like so the Iron Lords looks refined with fire around them. And then the Iron Banner gear looks like it's been tattered and broken, and like you're a space pirate. Yeah.
I don't know. As soon as you said space pirates, I started thinking about the movie Ice Pirates, and it really just went downhill for me from there.
Yeah, I didn't. I lost it. I want to be a flaming lord. That's what I want to be.
It's respectable.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that was a softball that I'm not even going to swing at. Sebast, 17.
I'm disappointed in you, Briar.
Would you rather have reroll weapons come back for 20k glimmer each, or have Pope's RNG?
Pope's RNG.
Pope's RNG.
I mean, that's easy.
Duh. Then I just get everything I want immediately anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, we're a year away from rerolling weapons. You think it should come back in any capacity? What do you think?
Yeah. And by we're a year away from, you mean like
we're a year away from, or we're a year past it.
A year past it.
Hasn't been here. Yeah.
Okay. I definitely like it because some people have been trying to get an A's Luna and they get one finally after, a year, and it's poop. I've gotten 2, one's usable. I'd like there to be some system in place where we can work toward, where we can feasibly work towards and build a weapon roll that we want. So you don't have to just rely on luck. I relied on luck, and it worked out great for PvE. I got one of the best possible rolls on a scout rifle. Second week of Taken King. Just used that the entire time now. Still waiting on actual. Still waiting on an actual good, hand cannon.
Yeah, and I fall under the second category. It's really fun to get the cool shit before everybody else, and have everybody look at your gun and be like, "Dude, that's awesome!" And then you run into your friends, or you jump into that party, and you go, "Dude, guys, guess what I just got?" And you say, "Oh, dude, expect my shotgun right now, or inspect my prime." And then everybody goes in there looking at it, and they're like, "Oh my god." I mean, that happens all the time, and it's
that
like
sounds
so much fun.
I've never had that experience.
Yeah, I don't know what it's like.
It's a blast.
Be nice.
It is a blast, and it's a ton of fun.
And my biggest problem is with the Party Crasher specifically is that I just never got a good Party Crasher, so I feel like I am at a competitive disadvantage in every shotgun fight I get in the Crucible.
Mm-hmm.
That's
why I kind of stay away from shotguns.
Yeah.
You're just getting outplayed, Briar.
Yeah, I mean... I was using, I'll be honest with you, I was using the Universal remote because it was a great shotgun, and if I wanted to use a shotgun, I would do that and a sniper rifle. I know it's dirty, but I had no other shotgun that could compete in the Crucible. So I did it, and now that option's gone, so I, again, am back to no competitive shotgun. I don't have a shotgun that can reach out and tap somebody at the same range. Adam Ralphson, with Rise of Iron looking to add so much lore to the game, what is currently your favorite piece of Destiny lore?
Favorite piece of Destiny lore?
I don't know much about lore.
I'm not an expert, and I don't remember the specifics of it, but I really like the stuff about the Exos being created to explore Vex portals, and that whole coalition of scientists on Venus. That stuff was really cool to me.
Yeah.
That's super cool. I didn't know that.
I don't know that it's
cool.
correct, so don't quote me.
I'm sorry.
I think one of the coolest things is Voltaglass, with the mythological background and the everything that they connected into that raid.
Yeah.
With even the Vex themselves inside that raid, not exactly jiving with the other Vex that are in the universe and all that. It's really cool.
That is
what
cool
I can
stuff.
say is I'd like to know more about Osiris. I don't know much about it, but I find it really interesting that he was exiled by the speaker and stuff. And when you speak to Brother Vance, he's like, that speaker guy, he's not nice. So I'd like to know more about Osiris and all that.
I like the lore behind the behind Crota and Oryx and the Worm God and that whole train of that structure, that power structure in the Hive.
I really like. I haven't read much into it, but I liked what I read about the 6 Coyotes, the hunters that basically tried to help people get to safety. It's like a band
That's
of
cool.
Yeah, it's like a band of 6 hunters that would go around, escort people, find people in towns, solve problems. Life would know more about everything that we talked about, I'm sure. But I think that was one of the things about Six Coyotes, and that should be. I just really enjoyed that.
God, Destiny lore is so cool, but like I want it in the game.
Yeah,
I
get
want
it
to
in
have
there.
meaningful gaming experiences that tell this lore to me and make me feel emotional, and I don't want to just read it.
Yeah.
But I think these are all this lore or potential like missions and potential
are.
expansion
Oh, yeah.
stuff, and that's
Yeah.
what's cool. We want to learn
That's
more.
what's exciting.
Yeah.
Greg's Promise, favorite quote bad unquote weapon. Mine is Ace of Spades. I heard it was terrible, but I think it's great for PvE. The Ace of Spades is the one with Firefly on it, right?
I got
Yeah.
one.
That was just a pale imitation of
So
Fatebringer, but it's exotic.
So do you know the the heavy machine gun, the Delavan?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Diluvian.
Diluvian. Yeah, it's
yeah.
a
X4 or
Vanguard
something.
heavy machine gun
Yeah.
that just doesn't hit a damn thing because it's got so much recoil, and it's like the rate of fire of a Doctrine of Passing. Well,
Yeah.
I got the exact same roll as a Doctrine on that. It's got persistence, brace frame, and like
Counterbalance?
it's just counterbalance, and it is. Everybody looks at it and they're like, "That's just why are you even using that thing? It's horrible." But then it just destroys. So my favorite hated weapon, Diluvian.
I don't know. The only thing I can think of is Ephrodite Spear because everyone hates it from Final Round, but like it doesn't have Final Round on it. I don't know if I really use any hated weapons that I love.
I love the Drake's Promise. The Uber Tuber is a fun fucking weapon to use.
It's super cool animations.
Yeah. And it sucks. It still sucks. But I don't care. Every once in a while, I just want to equip it and get into the Crucible and try and get that thing into the kill feed as much as possible. I got 5 questions left. You want to take them all down?
Are they rapid fire or are they long questions?
Let's rapid fire them.
Okay, let's do it.
Brian Drama, does the PD crew think that SMG weapon class is a real thing or junk in the Destiny database?
Maybe one day.
I think Holtz has the best perspective. How long has it been in the database?
I remember it back from like mid-Taken King, at the very
Then
least.
maybe one day,
Yeah.
potentially.
I don't remember the exact date, but I remember you showing it, and I'm like, that's been there for a long ass time. So.
Yeah.
Man Shark, which one of you has the best evil laugh?
Oh, come on, that's cheating.
Oh, voice
Briar,
changer. That's cheating, man.
I'm not even following up with that. I refuse.
Briar
I refuse
killed it.
to be embarrassed.
I have to sit up for this one. Wait, hold on.
All right.
On the evil laugh, you have to go.
This is more like a
Hold on.
puff give. I don't know.
I have to use my diaphragm for this.
All right, let's hear it.
That was pretty good. I liked it.
That was good.
That was good too. That sounded downright fucking crazy.
Yeah, that
sounded psychotic.
That
That was
person's gonna
psychotic,
reach
yeah.
down your throat and take out your
Oh
larynx.
my god.
All right, that's up to you guys to decide.
Oh, we didn't hear Wiz Watts.
Yeah, we
Okay.
didn't.
There we go. We went high pitch.
That was awesome.
You guys go in low pitch. We go in high pitch. The witch. It was like a witch's cackle. Yeah, that was Patrick. Patrick was a cackling witch.
I was going. See, I was going
Kyle
for more of a joke.
McMahon, do you think the Thorn Quest will be on a timed lock like Sleeper Simulant or active at launch?
Sorry, what was the question?
Yeah.
I was regaining oxygen from laughing.
Do you think the Thorn Quest will be on a timer or will it be active at launch?
No idea.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
I think that it's gonna be super hard to get, and it's gonna be impossible, and they're gonna lock it away, and it's not gonna show up until a week before year 2.
It's actually a lie, and they're saying that it's out, but the quest is so hard that no one will actually get it.
Yeah, you've got to go into the Crucible and get 500 void kills.
It's gonna be given as a reward for finishing your Moments of Triumph 3.
Just as we're exiting the game,
Yes,
the thorn comes back. I love it. Adios.
Bye.
Last question of the night. Edmund Young, do you wear socks to bed? Asking for
No.
Too Scott, Too Furious.
Never.
No.
You crazy.
No.
So,
Oh no, Patrick!
God.
Just
no,
answer
it's
the
a story.
question.
It's a story. It's a
Rapid
story.
fire, man.
Rapid
I'm sorry.
Phases.
No, okay. I don't wear socks to bed. When I saw
Okay.
those tweets from Scott, I was like, hey, I'm gonna try wearing it. Tried it at Bungie. Worst night of sleep I've ever had. Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only time I would consider it is if I was like camping and it was like super cold. That's the only way I would consider it.
I mean, it feels nice having your feet like on the covers. And,
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
Yeah, but then-
it feels
but then when
nice.
you
And then
peek
when
your
you're with
feet
your
out.
significant other, you get to do footsies.
Yeah, but then if like you peek your foot out from underneath the covers, then it feels like the monsters are gonna grab them.
They can grab
you
it
want
even with
socks?
socks on, Patrick.
No, they can't. 'Cause
Yeah,
then
true.
You can't feel
No,
that.
they can't.
You can't feel that your
monster
feet are out.
How
underneath
thick
the
are your
covers.
socks?
I
Oh
wear
my
like
God.
this thick ass wool socks. Feels good.
Oh.
Smart wool socks.
That
Great.
doesn't sound useful.
Smart wool socks are the way to go.
Mm,
Huh.
they're great.
Yeah, merino
right.
wool socks.
Interesting.
All right, that's it. That's all the questions. We got through them all.
I'm starving.
I can't sleep with socks on because it'd just be weird to
Because
go
I'm not
into
a
bed with-
fucking monster.
Yeah, you can't just put on socks.
You can't
and go to bed.
only
I
have
mean,
socks on when you sleep. Like I agree.
I know.
Pope.
I mean, I
It's
sleep
weird.
naked, so it's like
I don't put them on unless I'm putting shoes on, frankly. If I'm walking around the house or just
Yeah.
hanging out, like
Right?
socks off.
Same.
Yeah.
I don't have socks
Socks
on right
off.
now.
They're a health hazard on
Exactly.
hardwood
Socks off.
floor stairs, too. I mean, they'll kill you.
This is good stuff. This is quality.
Yeah.
Quality
Like tips.
entertainment.
Tips to grow on.
Oh,
Let's end this thing and go to bed.
yeah, I need sleep. All right. Thank you,
I need
everyone.
food.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning
Thanks,
in.
guys.
That was the 88th Planet Destiny podcast. If you want to find me at Holtzman_PD on Twitter or just Holtzman on Twitch.
I'm Briar Rabbit. You can find me at the Briar Rabbit on Twitter. You can find me on the Briar Rabbit channel on YouTube or under Briar Rabbit on Twitch.
I'm Tefty Teft. You can talk to me at Teft on Twitter, twitter.com/Teft. You can talk to me, also check out the streams I do, twitch.tv/Tefty Teft. And I have a personal YouTube channel as well that's Tefty Teft, where I do stuff like build computers on a vlog. Ah.
And I'm Miss 5000 Watts. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube at Miss 5000 Watts.
And this has been Pope Bear, and you can find me on Twitter at Pope Bear, and sometimes streaming on the Planet Destiny channel, and often invading these four hoodlums' Twitch streams.
Yep. All right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We will see you next week.